my name is Zoe. I'll be your MC for this Friday's Under 21 open mic. This is our last open mic of the year. And we have the Julia Segre, who is somewhere in this room, or outside, probably outside, who will be our featured performer. And so, after the open mic, you'll have the opportunity to be part of our teen poetry slam if you signed up, which will be emceed by Vanya. Who is taking part in front of the house, I think. By participating in today's Teen Poetry Slam, you have the opportunity to compete in the Brave New Futures International Poetry Competition, which will be taking place next summer in San Francisco. So very exciting. Youth Speaks is here to make safer spaces for young folks to tell their stories, and I'm super stoked to hear everyone's poems, stories, raps, whatever you've come here to share with us. So thank you for choosing time, or for making time to join here and build a community together. So but I want to know who here is in the space. So where are my writers at? Where are my poets at? Musicians, rappers? Amazing. Okay. I want to give a shout out to the DJ Paola in the back. And our front of house, again, held by Vanya and Lauren, who you saw when you got checked in. And of course, Spokes, the Youth Advisory Board. Yes. And we're very excited to share space with everyone here tonight, whether or not you're performing or just came to kick it with us, and support the poets and rappers and musicians who came here to share their voice. Okay. But you're probably wondering when we're going to get started. We'll get started in just a few moments, but just a few housekeeping stuff. Bathrooms are to my left, and kind of go around the building, and just follow the lime green walls. We also want to make sure that our phones are kept on silent. We don't have any interruptions when people are performing. We acknowledge that the words of our young folks are powerful. Poets are going to be getting on this mic today to speak their truth. This may include topics that might be physically or emotionally activate the audience and may cause people to relive traumatic events in their life. So this is just a collective content and trigger warning, but poets, you can make that choice to give individual trigger warnings and content warnings as well. Just for everyone, please remember to just take care of yourself, both your emotional and mental health during the show. We have support stations run by Minerva and Kai, our spokes members back there. Speaking on taking care of each other, give it up again for the front of the house, working the door. Thank you for signing in and doing what you can to help keep this COVID safe. We ask that everyone, even the poets on the mic, keeps your mask on the entire time. Make sure they are fit snugly on your chin and nose. But if you did take a COVID test, you're welcome to take your mic off. Troy will be here to make sure the little cloth on the mic is there on the mic. Let's see. Okay, we recognize that someone's spit goes down the wrong way. Not everyone's coughing means you have COVID, but if you begin to feel some COVID symptoms, please remove yourself from the space. Lastly, if after today's event you come down with a confirmed COVID case, please let us know ASAP at covid@youthspeaks.org. Again, that's covid@youthspeaks.org. Let's move on. The most important thing is how we show love in this space. So who here this is their first open mic? Let's give a hand. And who are veterans of open mics and things like that? Second time, third time, beautiful, okay. So we want to show love in this space because we're here to build community amongst all the chaos that rocks the world. And we want to acknowledge and validate all the experiences and stories folks are sharing with us. So if something moves you, if something makes you go, whoa, as in, whoa, my mind is blown, show some love. So you can do that by giving some snaps. Can I hear some snaps? You can say, mm-hmm. Can I hear an mm-hmm? Beautiful. So we just want to make sure that every poet, rapper, artist who steps on this stage feels that love. So, is everyone ready for some poetry? Amazing. Okay. Well, let's get the show cracking. On deck, we have Aiton, but coming up to the mic is Kai. They are 15, and give them a round of applause. Okay.
lonely little queer boy, now floating dead in an ocean of apprehension and parted promises, I want to thank you, to shake you, to tell you that it will all be okay no matter if I believe it myself. I want to wake you up, to nitpick your memories from nothing and weave them into a cotton quilt of connected threads explaining the obvious, break down the confusing feelings into easily digestible bites and spoon feed them to you as I brush my hands through your hair and whisper all the things that you need to hear. I want to relive with you, to take a trip through your memories that were once mine and silently steer you through those times that you will come to regret. So to the happy little blue boy proudly proclaiming his masculinity, I'm sorry that I killed you, that sometimes I block you out and pretend you never existed, yet I long for you, for your distance far off memory of looking into a mirror and feeling proud, for your beach time wrestling matches and impervious pranks that never seem to end well, for your carefreeness and calmness and wisdom and gratitude, rudeness, whininess, and to the friendless little blue boy starting to spiral, I want to yell at you, or no, I want to listen. I want you to tell me your feelings that were once mine. I want you to talk, to tell me everything I once felt like I'm hearing it for the first time, because maybe I am. Maybe I never knew how to speak. Maybe now that I'm not you, your voice can flow freely from my lips and find holes in the knitting over my eardrums. Your words can cut the silent understanding we share and translate our movements into long talks with a therapist and moving the hard conversations that you never want to have. And to the terrified teenage magenta boy that I share a body with, I want you to know that I'm scared of killing you, of casting you so far into an ocean of apprehension and parted promises that you become just another dead blue boy floating on your back, or that I'll want you back and I have to face the truth that your death cannot be reversed. I want you to know that I love you, even if I don't show it, don't look at you in the mirror, say nice things to you when you're feeling sad. I love you, whatever you become. I love our sunset walks through the hues of oranges and reds that embrace us as we're back to being one. I love our passion and caring and times that are gone in the blink of an eye, yet are forever ingrained in our mind. I love that you're with me, that you are that lonely little blue boy washed up as into the possibility of a pretty, perfect pink woman falling in my future. I want to ask you if you regret it, if the artificial estrogen coursing through your veins was worth it. If you ever think about that little lonely little blue boy now bloated in water and wish you were him, wish you had stayed as him, never left him behind to drown, or if you learned to love him, taken the time to mix your colors and make a nice lilac, learn to appreciate all the hues and painted poems and reds and yellows, taken the ocean of apprehension and painted a lapis landscape, and so, when the fog rolled in, harnessed the grays and learned to talk me through the tones and layering. And so, from the queer girl born blue writing to you from a rough sea of uncertainty, I wish you luck.
Okay. I heard no, I want to yell at you, no, I want to listen. Let's give it up for Kai again.
Yeah, it's good. All right, so this is just like, I'm gonna just be rapping, so yeah. My name is Aton Millman, by the way. I'm 16 from South City. So yeah, hope y'all enjoy. Yeah, look. Yeah, I'ma talk my shit regardless. Got you running circles with these rhymes like who the hardest. Watch me go the distance, cause I know I go the farthest. Keep my thoughts hostage, then I might still will abolish. To bitches astonished, I blow up like confetti. Always got a sense of urgency on my spitter. Andretti shit the way I'm getting currency. Pull up with no latency. Y'all motherfuckers make believe it's ludicrous how I'm spitting your fantasy. But I still be living with no rhythm. Keeping it together while my mind is in the schism. Trying to shape my life, but I'm still searching for the prisms. Fires to extinguish, don't play with my virtuism, yeah. It's that simple, bitch. It's about how you try to hack me. Popping pills like pimple shit is acne. I can never let that shit distract me. It's a wonderful world, no need to say it raspy. My form good, my arm strong, I'd like to see you grasp me. Yeah. Look. So let me, yeah. Yeah, look, so let me talk my, yeah. Yeah, look. Yeah, I'm out here looking for myself, that's what I'm trying to find. This because of where I'm from. Keep it authentic every day and night. I won't be dubbed. Putting hella minutes into hours. Why would I be subbed? It's really lunacy to think that you could step to me. Cause this Jew was about to leave you blank like a vasectomy. I'm always on point. No, I ain't Russian, I'm Ukrainian. And I'm that motherfucker that look just like Nicomanian. But of history, cause that is what I'm making. Confusing y'all with my ethnicity, it leave you shaking. My name a different story, cause with that y'all be mistaken. But soon, if you gon' say it wrong, they'll think that you just faking. Forks and roads I'm taking, I won't leave, so I ain't raking. Shoot your shot, motherfucker, and it'll be over. I'm just understating. I keep it 100, so only few will be relating. I'ma talk my shit until the end, see who's still remaining. Thank you.
Can we give it up for Aiden? Woo! Okay. That rhyme was immaculate. Okay. To keep the same energy, on deck we have Alvin, but coming up to the mic, 17 years old, is Kenneth. Give a round of applause. You can head to. Shout out to Ola. Yeah, sure, okay. Is Alvin in the house? Next one, okay. Is Antoine in the house? Antoine, are you ready? Okay. We'll move on to the next one then. Is Gigi in the house? Gigi? Gigi is here. Okay. Next one. Okay. Is Lee in the house? Lee Johnson.
He's good.
Oh, we're good? Okay, amazing. Okay. Yeah, okay. Give it up for Kenneth then.
Just like this. Look. And it's just like, huh? What? Huh? Look. Hey. Life I'm living getting crazy, I be in the loop. 200K when I get that, I'm in that Bentley coupe. And all my ops play for the Lakers, they don't really hoop. And anytime I seen a lot of money, it was in my group. Because I never been a model kid, and I was hurt, but I was happy how I lived. Don't wanna be alive and say I never did. And no one I would run, but never in my life a nigga hid. That a day don't remember me like this. And in the gym, that's how I learned to get up when I fought you extra vomit. I never knew how to ball. Solomon was calling plays. And year before that, buddy caught a case. Forget my heart, I can remember my better days. I remember down the street, my auntie and cousin living nine. When Japera just had a kid. Hooping with my cousin Lonnie, even though I couldn't win on New Year's Eve, cooking up on my calendar with a pen. Or even in the summer, Tuesday hanging out with dad at midnight club with my little buddy if mama said we ain't bad. Mama had a kid that was trying to get her a bag. College graduate, she wanted that, couldn't, and that was sad. And I just want to see a better day. Can do it down, but need some better ways. And every day, so RP the thugs, they in a better place and better days. Can do it now, but need some, Look, life I'm living, getting crazy, I be in the loop. So 200K when I get that, I'm in the Bentley coupe. And all my odds play for the Lakers, they don't really hoop. And anytime I seen a lot of money, you was in my group. Because I never been a model kid. And I was hurt, but I was happy how I lived. Don't wanna be alive and say I never did. And knowing I would run, but never in my life a nigga hit. That a day, don't remember me like, look, I don't need love, I need help. Stress, I don't need a therapy session, I need a text. At the worst moments, you can see I'm giving in my best. Anger issues taking over, got it beating on my chest. Taking losses, living life, had to learn how to fight. I've been living in the jungle, surviving, gaining my stripes. He be faking in his music, rapping the living loud. When I was dying on my lonely, you laying there living by it. Taking losses, living life, had to learn how to fight. I've been living in the jungle, surviving, gaining my stripes. He be faking in his music, he rapping the living loud. When I was dying on my lonely, you laying there sitting by your own game.
Give it up for Kenneth. Give it up for Kenneth. Amazing. Okay. Also, side note, if you have a beat, make sure to check in with Paola over there. If you're on deck. So yeah. Okay, cool. Moving on to the next artist. We have Antoine on deck, but coming up to the mic is Alvin.
What's up, man? Hey, guys. Hi, my fiance. Hold on. It's not my beat. Acapella, acapella. All right. Niggas die from me mugs, you must know me or some. The truth, you know the truth hurt, nigga don't or some. Some niggas claiming that this beef is baloney or some. Bitch keep on dancing on the stick like a boner or some. Nigga think I'm finna squabble up like it ain't on me or some. Nigga sneak this, but we supposed to be homies or some. I'm dead ass, but I'll laugh like it's funny or some. Demons in my past keep looking back like I'm running from some. Get up in that room and say the dog ate my homework up. It's really fake love and real hate. Then know what's up. Lil' baby 19 is 42, turn an 8 to a slut. He looking at my heat. Yeah, I dumb nigga is tuck. My little bro a demon with a gun way bigger than him. He get up in that paint, that nigga dunk. His nickname Tim. Know who this may concern, this shit a lie, don't really mean it's cap. These niggas sneak this, but when they see me, they giving me dap. Yeah, that part, that nigga really timid with the gun, he a act hard. In middle school, I used to put the za on a 10 sport. Wanna bone a nigga up a stick cause he asked for it. Yo, bitch, a bum, she look like me in a lace front. Yellow tip the scene, but your cousin get taped up. You ever try and kill over a bitch, you a bad sport. That nigga is my son, he should be sorry, he lied, Mark. Bathing Nape, I throw it out for a line hard. If I ain't said it yet, I'm with the shit like a nigga farted. And we can go to war, I'm so 300 like... And we can go to war, I'm so 300, my nigga Spartan, inhaling all the smoke up in this shit, if a nigga spark it.
Shout out imagery and poems. Yeah, wait, if you're from Pittsburgh, can you give in some noise? Amazing. We love to see it. Okay. Okay. Let's keep the same energy. On deck we have Gigi, but coming up to the mic is Antoine.
All right, let's get it. Yeah. This is a song after my breakup, by the way. Found out she cheated. She went to Walmart at 1:30 in the morning. When she told me she was with her best friend, of course. But, you know. Everything changes. Love is filled with exchanges. Tell me, shawty, do you love me enough to change it? Playing me like stages. Villain arc and I'm flipping through pages. It's never phasing. I'm going insane. Look what you did to me. This pain I'm feeling for ages. Everything changes. Love is filled with exchanges. Tell me, shawty, do you love me enough to change it? Playing me like stay my villain arc and I'm flipping through pages. It's never phasing. I'm going insane. Look what you did to me. This pain I'm feeling for ages. Look. We don't get along, you know I move on. Safari, my ex, and my race, and my history. How could you cheat on me? I need a referee. What you did was all types of foul when it's messing up my energy. Hey, we used to be coolin', whipping and cruising. Then you turn ruthless. Shawty, you losing. The way you moving, made me look stupid. Been looking for peace, so I'm chucking my deuces. Trying to find better. Lately my feelings be under the weather because she ran off with my sweater. Everybody saying forget it, she thinking she clever. However, why you fucking with your best friend? You know I be getting you wetter. Crazy cause now I'm messing with your best friend. You know I'm applying that pressure. Yee. Love is filled with exchanges. Tell me, shawty, do you? Playing me like stages. It's never phasing. I'm going insane. Look what you did to me. This pain I'm feeling for ages. Love is filled with exchanges. Love me enough to change it, playing me like stages. It's never phasing. I'm going insane. Look what you did to me.
So he played some changes.
Look what you did to me. Turning me to a beast. Joshua, you a bitch. Don't let me catch you in these streets. Walmart at 130, man, that shit is on repeat. Hold on. Hey, beat his ass 130 times. That's karma getting back. Had that nigga eating all these bullets. That's karma for the snacks. Chopper give that nigga back shots. Karma for the cheeks he claps. I got a chop where he keeping stacks. Men in black, where they linking at? Man, that lady is old news. Forgot about chasing these old blues. You flexing the trees off of a pic, bitch. She sending you old news. Level headed when I move and let it. Man, I'm moving with loose screws. I need a Drake with a sight from far away. With these scope, I'm looking at new views. Everyone tweeted, repeated my breakup. I know it was getting her hot. Now I'm a ball like a Laker, and I'm not a baker. My cake finna rise to the top. Glad until I'm hitting 80, cause I'm never lazy. Mercedes, I wanted a lot. My girl, she really was not. You step on my block, I'm spinning that shit like a slot. Ooh, can't bro, what's your life? We play at night. I'm in that new mode. Winter, baby, and I'm going crazy. Bitch, I'm too cold. It's a difference. Got my witness, Josh. I'll make your crew fold. Keep my ex settled for copper. My chick copper, new gold. Everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes. Everything changes.
I've been using journaling for years.
Give it up for Antoine. If you are like Aton, Kenneth, Alvin, or Antoine, you should consider joining MC Olympics. MC Olympics is an Olympic-style hip-hop competition featuring the best young MCs in the Bay. MCs spit their best verses, freestyles, and complete songs through multiple rounds, where we highlight every MC's skill across styles and subgenres, from pen game to stage presence and originality. The highest scoring MC at MC Olympics finals will win $500 worth of prizes, giving them everything they need to record and release a new single, and compete at MC Olympics Nationals as part of Brave New Voices 2023, which will take place again next summer in San Francisco. But yeah, MC Olympics will take place a little before, just to get into the round, in April. And yeah, you should sign up. Yeah. Okay, so coming up to the mic, or on deck is Lee, but coming up to the mic is Gigi.
Okay.
Next one. Okay. Is Lee in the house? Lee? Lee Johnson? Lee. Woo!
I threw up this morning. I hadn't eaten or drank, so it was nothing but pure bile that set fire to my throat and engraved its taste onto my tongue as a reminder. I brushed my teeth 3 times after, and I still felt disgusting. I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed at my teeth, at my tongue, at my gums. I was bleeding by the time that I was done. I thought that maybe if I just let it out, I'd end up feeling better. But as I sat on that cold bathroom floor, feeling my insides turn, I realized that I just felt worse. In fact, I felt like I just wanted to throw up more. And then I heard banging on the door, snapping me back to reality. I stood up on shaky knees, feeling more nauseous than ever as I flushed the toilet and watched all my problems spiral into the sewer below. I spent the rest of the day crossing my fingers that eventually letting it out would make the pain stop. But here I am, holding my stomach as it cramps in the middle of class. I guess I should just keep it all in next time.
Thank you, Lee. Can we all just take a collective breath after that? So inhale in and out. Can you all say, "We're here for you, poet"? We love you, poet. Beautiful. But yeah, moving on to the next artist. Gigi, are we? Amazing. Okay. Let's give it up for Gigi.
I'm gonna be singing a song today. I just made my own arrangement in Bart because I didn't know what song to sing. So if it's a little choppy, I do apologize. But can we dim the lights a little bit? I'm really nervous. I'm so sorry, guys. If y'all can, now you can't. Can't. No. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm scared. Can you turn it up a little bit? I'm sorry. It's not true. Tell me I've been lied to. Crying isn't like you. What the hell did I do? I never been the type to let someone see right through. Maybe won't you take it back? Say you were trying to make me laugh, and nothing has to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you. I love you, and I don't want to. Up all night on another red eye. I wish we never learned to fly. Maybe we should just try to tell ourselves a good lie. Didn't mean to make you Maybe won't you take it back? Say you were trying to make me laugh, and nothing has to change today. You didn't mean to say I love you. I love you, and I don't want to. smile that you gave me even when you felt like dying. We fall apart as it gets dark. I'm in your arms, the central part. There's nothing you could do or say. I can't escape the way I love you. I love you. And I don't want to. Thank you, guys.
That was really beautiful. Can you get up for Gigi again? Did she write that? Oh, amazing. Wow. Let's give it up for Gigi again. That was really beautiful. But yeah, okay. But yeah, we're almost to the end of our open mic list. I just want to say it's really been cool to just hear everyone's voices tonight. But on deck we have Arwen. Let's give the same energy to Lee, who's coming up to the mic. Lee? Lee? Oh, right, because, okay. Well, that means that our last poet for this open mic is Arwen.
It is 1 a.m., and there is no sound. The night is dead and cold, a cadaver, if you will, robbed of breath by a wind long gone. There is no sound but for the ticking of my geriatric clock on the far wall, erratically sputtering like an old sink. Drip, drip, drip goes each second down the drain to the sound of my fingers not typing on my computer, hovering over each key, tremulous, terrified. And all of a sudden, I'm back at the scene of my last piano recital. Circa 7th grade, my dress was beautiful that morning, but now it's just hot and suffocating, and my hands are sweaty and shaky, and there are so many eyes on me, I'm drowning in the sea of expectant stares, and oh God, I am about to mess up Jingle Bells in front of all of these 70-year-olds who will remember in 15 minutes, but I will remember it, and in this moment, it is better, instead of risking failure, just to never touch the keys. There is no sound, but for my breathing. Stuttering staccato, but for the quiet murmur of parents and pensioners alike, wondering why the kid is just staring at the damn keys. And now, there isn't even that. There is no sound. There is no sound but for the thoughts muttering and groaning and shrieking and screaming in my head. Times Square on a Friday night, saturation 100%, as I stare at my screen, hatred loaded and ready to fire at whatever I may create if I can even get my fingers to touch the keys. Because I can't seem to touch the keys. Because it's like 7th grade, and I'm staring at my fingernails bitten in red, just barely touching the piano. Thinking about this song I'll never play, a moment I'll never ruin, a chance I will never risk. The relief is sickening, but I am so addicted to the great big exhale that tears through my chest as I sink into the loving embrace of giving up, of depriving myself the chance to make something beautiful, yes, but saving myself from the contempt of creating something ugly. And I am already justifying the way my hands slide from the keyboard, shut the computer, and put it away. When the tears come, It's part anger and part exhaustion because I am so, so tired of just trying to create, to write, to draw, to do the things I want to do and that I can never justify in a way that doesn't sound like a lie. And that is where the anger part comes in, but I digress. It is 1:47 and the night is dead, but the dead body metaphor sounds really stupid when I play it back, so it is just quiet and dark and empty, and there is no sound. But for the clattering of my clock and the screaming in my head and the blood rushing in my ears from my narrowly averted crisis, another big failure that could have been a poem or song or story that never will be.
We are gonna take a 5-minute break so y'all can use the restroom. Y'all can fill out this cool little survey we got. It is survey/youthspeaks. No, it's youthspeaks.org/survey. You could do that in your 5-minute break. You can also get a nice warm drink. You can also fill out the survey while you drink your nice warm drink. You can fill out the survey while you use the restroom. All right, so we'll see you back in 5 minutes for the poetry slam.
Also, if you are a competing poet, please meet outside right now. We're going to have the poet huddle so you guys know what order you will be reading in. And don't worry, you will still have time to use the bathroom.
I'm so excited to see so many new faces and familiar faces in the space. My name is Vanya, and I'm going to be your MC for tonight's Last Chance Slam. I would like us to give a round of applause one more MCs and the production squad. All right, so we're here for the Teen Poetry Slam. This is a tradition started by Youth Speaks back in 1996. And to tell you more about how the slam works, I'm going to kick it over to our wonderful host for the night. Give it up for Lee.
Thank you so much, Vanya. I'm super happy, super excited to be here today to let y'all know what a poetry slam is. A poetry slam is a competitive poetry event. And you might be thinking, competitive poetry, right? What does that mean, right? That means the 5 judges, these lovely judges to my left, will be giving scores to every single young poet who comes up here and shares their truth on the mic. It is one of the hardest and thankless jobs there is, so judges, we are so grateful for you being here. Just so y'all know, we will be doing silent scoring, which means that none of the poets are going to hear their scores out loud, but the top scoring poets from this evening will be moving on to the semifinal bout that happens in both January and February. We got 2 semifinals happening next year. So I'm going to introduce y'all to our judges real quick. Hold your applause to the end, and also open your Spotify up because they got some music recommendations for us. So the first judge to my left, this is Ashley Kelly, and Ashley has been listening to God Did by DJ Khaled. Give it up for Ashley, our first judge. Thank you for being here. Next to Ashley, we got Shilpa. Shilpa said that they've been listening to The Long Way Around by the Chicks, and also been listening to Jagged Little Pill, which is a musical. Shout out to the musicals. Clap it up for our second judge. Our third judge, give it up for Jeffrey Gerson. He said that he has been listening to Horses by Patti Smith. All right, nice, a classic, beautiful. Right next to Jeffrey, we got Wayne. Give it up for Wayne Harris. He said he has been listening to Joy Oladokun. Ooh, nice, all right. And Ibrahim Malalove. Ooh, okay, you putting me on. Thank you so much. Give it up for our judge, Wayne. And then our last judge at the end of the table, we have Lori Adamson. And Lori said she's been listening to a lot of Harry. She's been listening to Harry Chapin. She's been listening to Harry Styles. And she's been listening to Ed Sheeran. So give it up for our judges today. Thank you for being here and doing the difficult job of putting scores to these poems. But please remember, we are not here for the points. We are here for the poetry. Can we say that? We are not here for the points. We are here for what? The poetry. Thank you so much. And I'm going to pass it back to our MC, Vanya. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Lee, and thank you so much to our lovely judges. So I want to take a quick moment to acknowledge that the words of our young folks are powerful, right? And so poets are going to get on the mic today. They're going to speak their truth. And this may include topics that might physically or emotionally activate folks in the space. It may cause us to relive traumatic events in your minds or in your bodies. So this is a collective content trigger warning. Please, please, please do what you need to in order to take care of yourself, your mental health, your emotional health. And we also have a support station running in the back by Spoke. So if you need to take a moment, we have some really dope coloring books. We have some nice sensory activities. We got some warm tea and some water outside. So please, please feel free to do what you need to take care of yourself. All right, so before we get into some slammy slam things, I want us to warm up a little bit. So are y'all familiar with showing love at a slam? Yeah? Have we ever heard of snapping at a slam? Can everyone in the room show some snaps, your loudest snaps? What about if you just ate the most delicious meal of your life, your grandma just threw down, somebody you really love just threw down the best birthday meal ever? You might say, can I hear a Yes, and for our folks online, you can also throw hella emojis in the chat to show some love. But remember, this is a poetry slam, and y'all have permission and are highly, highly, highly encouraged to show the poets all the love that you can. It takes a lot to get up here and do what they're about to do, so let's make sure that we're taking care of them and showing them that kind of support. And in the spirit of that, let's talk about COVID safety. So we have our front of house run by Gabe. And some folks may or may not have gotten tested. If you are coming up here and taking your mask off, When you come up on the mic, that's because you tested for COVID and you tested negative, yeah? And also, you know, if you start feeling symptomatic, a little icky, you know, feel free to do what you gotta do, remove yourself from the space. And if in any case you do come back and you're like, yo, I just tested positive for COVID, please, please, please email us at covid@youspeaks.org so we can encourage everyone who came here today to get tested, right? We want to take care of each other. Can I get an A for taking care of each other? A. All right, all right, all right. So are we ready for the slam? Can y'all make some noise? Haha, I tricked y'all. We're not ready for the slam, but because before we start the actual slam, we have a calibration poet coming up. Our calibration poet is someone who is not competing, but they will warm the stage up and get the judges ready. So can we make a lot of noise? Show all the love to the one, the only, Lauren.
So this one is called Sunsets for Grandma. I clasp her hands in mine, they're cold, not like ice nor like silver, but cold like the wind that takes a bite. My chest aches under its teeth. Grandma, what is more radiant than the sun? I remember how the wind knelt to your smile, how the sky bowed to your arms. I remember. She sits hushed over her prune juice, Grandma, but she can't hear me. She takes a breath the way the sun retracts its hands. She takes a sip the way the sun dips its fingertips, but when I call, she watches the wall, the way the sun buries behind clouds. And when I ask her to remember, she stares and blinks the way the sun flickers before the storm. And seeing the wrinkles on her face, I see the rain as it snuffs the rays. And hearing her cough, breath caught on time's belt, I see the sun shake behind the hurricane. I remember the way she saved white chocolates wrapped in gold. I remember the way she prayed to Sangdai at her bedside. When I see her now, shadow clamped to her flickering throat, when I hear her crackling voice, clouds swallowing her once gleaming eyes, I can't. My eyes burn watching her. Watching the sun is like tasting the tea when you know it'll scathe, like holding the snow when you know it'll melt, like stroking the bee when you know it'll sting, like letting love cut deeper when you sink in its arms. So I can't, please, I can't. But I look out the window to find her in her garden. She shines faintly, but brighter than any star. Night is coming, I know. When it wraps its wings in flight, the sun will bow to its feathers, plunge into darkness, I know. When night takes its throne, shoves the sun from the sky, it will fall, I know. But yesterday, Grandma smiled, and for a second the sky glimmered blue. Yesterday, Grandma held my hands, and the clouds parted by light. Yesterday, Grandma kissed my cheeks, and the sun peered through. And today I clasp her hands, hold her wrinkles in my fingers, trace her gray hairs by my knuckles. And tomorrow night will come to swallow the sun whole, but there's something beautiful. Even as my throat tightens, my hands tremble, and my eyes wet. There's something beautiful about watching the sun, even as it sets.
Wow, wow, wow. Can we clap it up one more time for Lauren? Shout out to all the grandmothers in our lives, the matriarchs that are the sons in our lineage. They make the world go round for real. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you so much to the judges for participating with the calibration poet. Okay, are we ready for the first competing poet of the night? Yeah? Okay. I'm going to say hey, and then I'm going to tell y'all, well, actually, y'all going to say hey when I point at y'all, and then I'm going to welcome up the poet. So coming up right now, we have Sean. We'll wait on the call and response real quick. And on deck, we have Julian. So, Julian, when you're ready, if you want to pull up over here, feel free. All right, we're going to try the call and response. So, actually, I'm going to say hey. Y'all going to say Sean. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hey. Sean. Hey. Sean. Clap it up for Sean.
Niggas out in Paris slinging all this dope. Better call a pope. The devil's hands around me. I'm in need of some hope. The pressure's so tight, it's feeling like a rope. Falling for the schemes, getting fooled again and again. Fool me twice, shame on me. Pull the shit again, and you'll lose all your teeth. I'll have you slumped on the ground, drooling. Can you blame me for all my fooling? My kindness clouds my head. Sometimes I'm in reality, sometimes I'm in my head. Everything you want is gonna cost some money. You see all the famous people with the cars and money, but it took more than just talent to get them where they're at. They're dealing with a devil that's much deeper than the rap. You find out the truth, then your world starts to shift. Gain just a little info and you'll be floating and adrift in the sea or the river. It's not that cold this December. Can you remember the last time that it snowed and the ice was freezing cold, but global warming came along to put that shit on hold? When I saw my dad was about to die, my life was about to fold. I would have turned into a monster that had a heart with a hole, the blood within the heart spilling until the tale is fully told. But that's a story for another time. It's time to make another rhyme. You want the strawberry flavor or would you like the lemon lime? Lately been spending a lot of time, no wait, it's been a lot of time, thinking about the future, something about my life. Am I gonna fuck it up or will I get it right? I don't know, we'll see. What's it gonna be? Are you gonna choose the alcohol or are you choosing me? Guess I choose the bottle. Hopped in the car, I'm on the freeway and the gas is at full throttle. I think I'm about to die cause I'm having flashbacks. Thinking about my childhood, better wear a hazmat cause it gets toxic. Baby daddy drama with a little hate, awesome. Man, I'm so awesome. Always use a smile so I can hide the tears. Not having my dad always hit me and made it clear. Ending up like him will always be my biggest fear.
Let's show a little more love to Sean. Come on, thank you so much, Sean, for your words, for sharing your truth and your story. On deck, we have Ellis, but up next, we have the one, the only, hailing from Pittsburgh, Julian.
You recording, Alvin? You better. No, my mama finna hit me if you don't record. This poem is called Identity. My identity within others should not be so important. Who I wish to kiss should not be where you're worrying. Whether that boy right over who I spent a night kissing or the girl across the city who I spent the day touching, my love does not affect you. What is my identity? I identify as power, not a gender. Not confined to your constructs to make you feel better. Call me whatever you please, he, him, she, her, go ahead, for which I do not care as I am all. I identify as everything, for I withhold all elements which lie in those identities. Who am I? I'm yet another holder, in control, not letting those around me push me into a box. I fight for what is right for all and not for what you think, for what you think goes against me. You want to get rid of the rights for the women in which I live for. You want to beat the culture in which I live in, but my mind shall not be beat down by your ideologies of what I should be. I am my identity, a mystery, a thing for me to figure out because I'm just a kid, but what I am is me, a person who doesn't have to change and be contained in your reality.
If you heard the poet say, my love does not affect you, clap it up, clap it up. Yes, yes, yes. On deck, we have Myra, but now can we welcome Ellis to the stage?
What's up, y'all? My name is Ellis, and this is my piece called Crack Concrete. Oakland, Don't let the money man deceive you. He ain't helping the children you brought out of these cracked concrete sidewalks. He could fill these potholes and cement the thought of delusion that they'd ever be able to fill back the community they pushed out. No love, no doubt in my mind that they'd ever be able to have you shine as bright as you used to be. Clipper cars busting street lights, turn the corner line and order vendors up and down on these cracked concrete corners. Order me a good steak burrito, one hard chata and endless memories on these cracked concrete streets. Take that deep breath of relief. Because Oakland, we taking you back. These new buildings wasn't meant for us. These new streets was never supposed to tend to us. Trust, the system was trying to make us stuck, but fuck that shit, we find back, and they better not take it as a bluff. Oakland raised us tough. Seem like no matter how hard we go for you, they ain't trying to hear us like our struggle wasn't enough. Lincoln nice, Oakland lights, we dragons bounding through Chinatown. Music slapping, sitting, relaxing, feel the bass causing earthquakes. With this town taste, y'all know y'all can't replicate. Cause we got that turf dancing, cars gassing. Can't let these people take down this culture mansion we built. Hope they see what they doing to you and they trip on this cracked concrete they trying to conceal. But ain't no cutting down that Rosedale ground from this here. Ain't no rebuilding what's been built. Choking your guilt and several other pieces of Oakland we got left. Preserve what was lost when they started taking over the West. Paying my homage to the cornerstones of change. Got that home of the Black Panther. Got that color and range. But it's not hard to see. Why they want to take us over? Kick it at my house, but give my people the cold shoulder. You ain't nothing but a sucker. We saw you bite your tongue when Oakland stepped. We saw you swallow your hollow lie shit. We saw right through and you lost all the respect we never had. Cause you rock Oaklandish teas, say cheese when you posted at the lake, but you can't handle a little tire screeching, side shows in the deep, sound of music to our ears. I smelt that burnt rubber and felt at home. I felt that town love on my own. I lived it on my own. Gonna try and throw his crumbs off your plate, but Oakland don't take no handouts. And you knew that. You knew that from the start. You knew that I was a real dub baby by heart. Screaming 2-5 till I die, I realized the money man that got my block down too. Came with a white Tesla and a poodle in a neighborhood filled with broken homes. It's funny seeing America's perceived terror don't become a quote-unquote home to you too. And I ain't gonna front act like Oakland's perfect, no. We for sure got our problems, but ain't nobody's but ours to fix. Don't think we gonna hide cause we speaking truth. That's yours truly, the power of the youth.
When I say speak, y'all say truth. Speak. Speak. Thank you, Ellis, for blessing us. On deck, we have Catherine, and up next, we have another one of Oakland's finest, Myra. Give it up for Myra, y'all.
The imitation of black girl magic has erased the true meaning of black girl magic. Is this watered down version of melanin holiness easier for you to digest? Does the taste of black literature taste better on your tongue foreign to the flavors of freedom? I have learned how to stomach the impalpable liberations of America, the wishing for divine destiny and anti-white supremacy, the conquering racism and de facto segregation. Liberation is living and losing. It is living in terror, awaiting the days the bullet hits the vein. It is losing bodies to colonial atrocities. This is the body of white and black warfare. It is the puppeteering of black on black hate, placing blame on our own people for white political gain. This is easier to understand than admitting America is not sane. It is easier to place blame on mental illness and media images than to admit the bodies of 10 lives have been shot and killed while shopping for groceries due to mass black hate. I have taught myself how to hide the tears and gut-wrenching fear when the widespread images of brown bodies pressed against the concrete has been surfaced on every web page. I have taught myself how to breathe when white supremacy is being stuffed down my throat into every fiber of my being. They get off to war on blacks. They, as in those born thoroughbred, American and pale-skinned and die-hard Republicans feeling pleasure when another brother has been criminalized for the smallest charges in order to mass-produce mass incarceration, overpopulating prisons and underpaying prisoners. Y'all running off our bruised backs and sore hands like we ain't the ones who created this land. So this is the beginning of my resolution to abolish our Constitution and restart America as if the natives were never kicked off their land and genocide had never taken place and shit ain't hit the fan. Our brown and black nation, led by captivating colonial colonizers, a land in which we're still believing children should carry guns and women shouldn't have the right of choice to birth a nation of sons who will have to experience and witness white supremacy, capitalism, gentrification, oppression, sexism, and hatred, birthing brown babies in a country that does not see us as human beings but another statistic, another body in the morgue, another tomb to engrave, another American failure. But we are the real influencers, the trendsetters of modern culture, the ones that did it first and better. We are the birth givers of our black and brown nation. Thank you.
Hey! We coming in hot. We starting the slam off hot. Thank y'all to all the poets that have graced the stage so far. On deck, we have Allie coming from Pittsburgh. But up next, we have the one, the only. Can we show all the love we got for Catherine?
I'm ripping up a sticky note. Frustration leads to destructive tendencies, and right now I really want to break something. Computers are expensive, and sticky notes are cheap. And isn't that what always happens? It's better to break something cheap and replaceable because there are no consequences for taking your anger out on something undervalued. Nobody wrote on that sticky note. Nobody loved that sticky note. Nobody cared. There wasn't important information. It carried no message. It was a blank sticky note I could rip up because it was there and I was angry. Now I have a pile of what was once a sticky note. I could rifle through these lilac petals, restore this broken blank flower. I could maybe try to piece the sticky note back together, but I wouldn't know where to begin, and it would take a long time. And who would even use a sticky note that's been taped up when there's an untouched pile of perfect sticky notes of them in the drawer? So it's easier to keep the sticky note torn and move on. I don't know what to do with the sticky note. I put my anger into every rip, tear, and slice. It is an angry pile of scraps now. If I put it back together, will my anger be put back together too? I don't want my anger to come back because I am tired of this endless cycle. I am sick of destroying myself and destroying something else to function enough to keep breaking. I am sick of college essays and endless questions. Mother's name, father's name, where do you live, what do you like, what's your favorite food, tell one fact about you, what are your hopes, tell us your dreams, tell us why you're a good fit, tell us you are, why? Why do I have to tell a stranger more than I tell my friends? Why do I have to scream that I'm smart and unique in a crowd of other smart and unique people? Why do I have to bleed my soul dry and then edit and re-edit to fit a word count? Why do I have to cut myself into perfection when I am nothing but a statistic to unseen lords? Why does it feel like I'm being dishonest? Why does it feel like I'm sprouting propaganda during wartime? Why does it feel like I'm lying through my teeth, even as it feels like I'm dragging fish hooks through my heart? When will this end? When will I be good enough for you? So yeah, I'm angry. Can I take all of this and put it in a ripped up sticky note? Can I toss these rips into the trash and have the garbage truck take this anger and leave it in a landfill? I don't know. All I know is that I was angry, so I ripped up a sticky note, but destroying something only got me halfway across that bridge. So I built a place for the scraps of my anger inside this poem about a sticky note.
Let's clap it up one time for the one time for poetry being a healthy outlet for all of our feelings. We love to see it. All right, y'all. We're almost halfway through our slam. It's been so nice rocking with y'all. So on deck we have Shiloh. But up next we have Allie. Can we make a lot of love for Allie as they make their way to the stage?
We were told we could change the world, to rewrite the wrongs of the people before us, to unfuck everything they fucked up. They expected the world from us. The weight of the world was set on our shoulders, such a burden we could not bear. They shoved their expectations down our throats, and even when we were gasping for air, trying to bargain for our lives, it suddenly became our fault. Our fault for not getting enough air. Our fault for not being able to live up to their expectations they shoved down our throats. Our aspirations and dreams were unheard of. They called them childish and stupid before they tossed them aside like trash on the side of the road. They didn't care what we wanted. All they wanted from us is to clean up their mistakes, to become their mindless little robots who take orders without question. We were told we could change the world, and we did. But God, did it anger them. It didn't anger them because we did what they told us to. No, it angered them because we finally learned to swallow their expectations they've been shoving down our throats. We were no longer gasping for air, no longer trying to bargain for our lives. Their perfect little robots suddenly stopped taking their orders. It angered them because we did it our way. We picked up our aspirations from the ground, dusted them off, and used it to breathe again. We used it to defy them. And even when they tried turning the tables around to paint us as the villains, we used their own expectations they made us choke on against them. We grew our own opinions from their mistakes. And now they struggle to clean up the mess they created. They told us we would change the world, to rewrite the wrongs of the people before us, to unfuck everything they fucked up. And we did. But not because they told us, but because we didn't want anyone else being forced to choke on unrealistic expectations.
Thank you so much. All right, we're going to try a quick call and response in a second. On deck, we have Tatiana coming from Richmond. So when I say rock this, y'all say Mike. Rock this? Mike. Rock this? Mike. All right, let's give all of our love to Shiloh.
Okay. Oh my God. After that day, all I've been feeling is less than whole. The things that they said eating away at my brain. Not to show how hurt they made me feel, that's what they would have wanted. A hurt body and soul to capture, to bite away all of their wellness. Taking all of my worth right out of my hands, all they did was make me feel intolerable. Saying and doing things they knew would make a person uncomfortable in their own skin. Aching to make them feel the pain they caused. The only urge I had at the time was to leave. Go home away from the mess that they created. I thought I could escape, but I was frozen. Why didn't you keep running? I couldn't move, I could barely talk. All they did was make me feel less and less of myself. What happened that day was the worst time of my life. All I want now is for them to feel the pain they caused me.
Thank you so much, Shiloh. And as we bring the next poet to the stage, I want to make sure we're showing maximum love to all the poets that come up here and make sure we're snapping for them, saying yes, and clapping it up. So on deck we have Helene, and right now can we give all of our love to Tatiana?
the woman who worked hard for me, the woman who gave me life, the woman that no matter how much she was struggling, she made sure to put a smile on her face like a sticker so I wouldn't worry, who always gave me another chance whenever I would mess up. I don't have a best friend, I say. Little did I know I had one the second I was born. At 5 in the morning, waiting for the bus, carrying me in a baby carrier, with her sweater around me even though she was cold. The woman who watched me grow up, the woman that raised me into being a strong, independent woman like her, who would yell at my dad for making me cry for no reason. The woman that came from work at 6 in the morning, wrapped me with a blanket like a burrito. And when my dad came home drunk, she would try her best to make me feel safe. But when things got out of hand, she knew she couldn't save me. The only person I give a hug to when I came to her with tears running down my cheeks like a waterfall. She asked no questions and held me like a baby. The only one who was there for my first heartbreak. The woman who can read people like a book. And whenever she has a gut sense about someone, she lets me know so I don't end up hurt over a friendship. The only one that doesn't judge me for who I am, the one that encourages me to be myself, my only best friend, she is my beautiful mother.
When I say matriarchs, y'all gonna say our powerful matriarchs. Matriarchs. Shout out to all the mamas, all the caregivers, all the mother mentors. We love y'all so much. We appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for bringing that energy into the room. On deck, we got Brian. But right now, let's give a drumroll stomp. Can we try that real quick? For Helene. Woo!
It's actually Helena, but no, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. This is called College Life. Wait, let me just take this off. Like, just get this a little bit. This is why I hate piercings. Like, okay. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it. Okay. College life. Hold on, give me a second to clip myself. It's been a while. It's been a while. Thank you. Okay. College life. Something I can't fathom, but something I can feel and imagine. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Trigger warning. This is abuse, sexual assault, and suicidal thoughts and ideations. College life, something I cannot fathom, but something I can feel and imagine. The thoughts of moving away, gaining my independence, thinking everything would be nice. The only thing I remember is seeing everything vividly yet distinctly. Memories and images blurred like my watery eyes. Pills be my own poison, not the blade. I want memories, the snippet movies, I want them edited showing the good parts of college, the rest to fade. My memory thinks of the blade, opening myself quickly like a kid opening their favorite gift. I forgot how to breathe. I forgot how to be myself. I only saw regret. Who was I? Who was I in the first place? I was an emotional mess, emotional to the point I realized I was emotional, but I wasn't showing it. The memories coming back to me, being detained with no say, the cuffs cold and tight around my skin, like the very heart I had in this very chest of mine. Sorry. A meaning of wanting to escape this unrealistic path I was pushed in. Yeah, I said pushed, shoved, a pace I didn't know. I was tripping, constantly on my feet, situation after situation. I wanted healing in every station. Missing class wasn't to aim. I feel like a loser on the side of the game. I bite my lip with every second, my mouth bleeding, wish I could say, but my mental health is leaving anyway. In the dark, no day, 2 male cops coming my way. Asking me questions why I became this way, heading to a hospital with no delay. Being woken up hour by hour, doctors care but to some extent. My scars bleeding through the blankets rather than wrapping it up, my ribs scratched with the weapon I used. The doctors made me, sorry, the doctors made me feel more like a, not like cutting out on me. The doctors made me feel more like a liability for the school and not a life to lose. My memory isn't the only thing that's tired and used. Waking up to a body that I look through in shoes, picking my clothes and my shoes, but never has the skin which the trauma was induced. Though I can't see all that happened, I still have a unlocked imagination and sensibility. I know the things that happened to me, but cry myself so it won't be better to see. My life is rough, and anything says it isn't. Sorry, my life is rough. If everyone says it doesn't matter, I still had the feeling of abuse, but the light of a child made another darkness of giving up. Poetry may not be for me, but the demon inside me is eventually gonna murder me. The voices never end, the guilt rises in ending something's life with little to no uprises. I keep things to myself, my means of cope, me wishing I never spoke. But look where that brought me. I'm sorry and thank you, folks.
Man, y'all, I'm really so inspired by the bravery in this room tonight. On the count of 3, can we give a quick I love you poet? 1, 2, 3. We love you, poet. And on the count of 3, can we get a quick I matter? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much again. All right, on deck we have Caleb. But right now, can we show a lot of love, a warm round of applause for Brian.
Nicole Park with the infamous skate park, so embedded with blood, love, and bad luck. I pop shove off the ram into the air, reaching for some luck. Luck is what I need just to leave the toxic air of Richmond, so I could prove someone from nothing can become something. Sparking up, playing around with friends, failing responsibilities, dropping down a rabbit hole. Focus leaving from a brown piece of wood back to problems reoccurring. Skating every day like a fucking haze, having nobody around to teach me how to be a man. Dad had to leave after cheating, my mind goes in circles like a skateboard wheel. Chilling with friends to tell me they're not willing to chase after our dream. The dream of going pro, together like a team. We try to stay on board for this age childhood dream fantasy. Gripping like grip tape stuck with me. Like the friend I wish I had. I try to remodel the model for riding a board, but the ice cold jolt of fulfilling my childhood dream reels me back in like a safety pin before a big explosion of drastic change. Taking the schedule when substance too many have been arrested for. People who look just like me are treated like trash over a plant. Just like any normal skater in the bay who turns to their favorite limb-damaging activities, yet it turns my anxious shrugs into worryless actions. Hearing the pigs squealing, seizing whatever shot given to toss me in the can, is this the extent of what someone could do in this city?
Thank you so much for blessing the stage, Brian. We're down to our wonderful and friendly reminder that we do have our support station in the back run by Spokes. So if you need a moment for yourself, if you want to get down with some drawings, feel free to check in with a very wonderful Spokes. All right. On deck we have Zoe, but right now, can we get an A for Caleb? A.
This poem is called Crash Course on Not Mixing Brands. Clothing 101. Shirts, pants, and etc. A plethora of stuff that kids can't get enough of. From house to house to closet, kids need to make a deposit. Clothing 102. Mismatch, mismatch, it seems like I need to call closet dispatch. These brands hold a high title, but when you mix them, it gives them less meaning. Clothing 103. Trash cans to clash stands flipped over with dirt stains rows, stoplights seeming more and more broke. Gray skies, I thought it was supposed to be blue. Clothing 104. Nike, Adidas, Vans, Pumas. I don't understand why mixing up brands is not banned. One day you're this and one day you're that. All of a sudden the room is getting misty. The air is becoming foggy. Your clothes are all one big jumbo. Pop quiz. Your clothes still remind me of one big pot of gumbo. I can't see where you started and where you began. I don't know if you started from the beginning or the end. Clothing 105. Splattered paint, that's all I see. A canvas with no end or beginning. In some cases, this may be a beautiful thing, but a painting with no precision or elegance doesn't have a soul. No offense. Clothing class repeat. Preschool to first grade, kids I used to babysit, look like you falling on your knees, don't make me use the first aid kit. You go on and on about nonsense. Can I talk to an adult, or is that too much to ask? Clothing 106, back on track, but your clothes need more pizzazz. Everyone's listening to kids pop while I'm listening to jazz. You're starting to get to the point, so let me start to end the class. Clothing conclusion. Time to end my teaching. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Now pay attention. Once you fix your clothes, I'll stop holding you in detention. I'll wait. I'm good with patience. Look, here's what I've been trying to teach you. It's all about pride and presentation. I get mad, but I love this profession. Your faces tell me you're starting to get it. So this is the end of the session.
Thank you so much for that wonderful dissertation on fashion. Can we clap it up for all the fashion icons in the room? All right, on deck we have the one and only Mahadir. And coming to the stage right now, let's give a warm round of applause for Zoe.
My grandmother, my Lola, says that the only good thing about Spanish colonization of the Philippines was Catholicism. A picture of white, blue-eyed Jesus looks down at me when I enter her foyer. Mother Mary smiles, asks, "Kumain ka na ba? Have you eaten yet?" Because to feed someone means to love them. And you do love them, Lola. Every Christmas, the decorated tree is planted in your kitchen floorboards and outgrows under the nativity scene. What holy night you make. Birth of Christ, a miracle. A Holy Spirit planting seeds in a virgin and grew a garden large enough you wanted to bring the family along there too. What you harvest is what we consume. Anything whispered out of a mouth before a meal shows us what to be thankful for what is your faith, if not how you've survived for this long. Immigrant, mother of child and child and child and child again, O Son of God. Every Christmas Eve, I see you at church. Mom places me in front of a life-size baby Jesus model of you to take a picture. Proof that proximity to loving someone who loves someone who lives beyond the sky makes me a good person or a good granddaughter. The day after Lolo, my grandfather died. For 9 days, you had our whole family sit around the kitchen table to pray the rosary. I didn't know what the beads on the necklace were for, and so I watched you as you bent your head down, eyes resting in orison, breath reciting cycles of Hail Marys until I matched the prayer. I held each bead and believed it myself, or wanted to at least, that life after death means no one beloved is actually gone. You see, it's hard to write about both Christianity's 333 history of colonial violence and also Lola's love for Lolo without trying to weigh two types of grief against each other. 2 weeks from now, I'll be with people-filled church pews and candles displayed around an altar and poinsettias red enough to look like blood. Something holy, something being given. Sacramental wine of life, of sacrifice, of devotion, or aftermath of some kind of violence, I don't know what. But Lola, standing next to me, will open up her songbook, offering to share the music, singing, "Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him." And maybe this is love.
Man, shout out to the complexities of love, for real. And if you heard the poet say to feed someone means to love them, let's get a round of snaps, yes. Coming up to the stage right now, we have Mahader, and on deck we have Evelyn. Let's show them both a lot of love.
Spokes. Hi. Okay. This is a poem called My Auntie's Brother. I can't ask his name. Money paid, bought, taken. Luxo is the day. Draped in black, the adults went to cry for the lost unknown. I learned he was swallowed. The burn that it is to pay for one's freedom, we don't know if he made it. Taken as a stowaway on a ship unknown if it existed, I'm afraid to ask who he was. For all we know, he is swallowed by the sea or enslaved. My people are loud outcasts. My mother is a weirdo. She wore fitted caps in Berlin. Thick-skinned are my parents. Familiar with bullets and dirt, refugees are my people. Lost and lonely, consumed and searching for peace. Thank you.
Man. Thank you so much. We're down to our last three poets of the night. I want to make some quick announcements before we continue with our slam. So if you haven't heard already and you aren't following the U Speaks Instagram, get hip right now, okay? Follow us on Instagram at U Speaks. And we have a very, very wonderful opportunity to be published in the Offing magazine. So if you're interested in that, come talk to me before the night's over. You will have to submit using a link, and submissions are due January 6th. Every single poet who has graced this stage today should submit. You will get up to $50, or you'll get $50 per piece chosen, and you can submit up to 3 pieces. So if you submit 3 pieces and all 3 get chosen, not only will you be published in a very renowned poetry magazine and literary journal, but you will also get $150, okay? If you heard me say okay. All right, on deck we have Yamini, but up next, can we show our love to Evelyn?
Seeking validation has always been my favorite form of self-harm. Turning around after looking at your reflection, asking my older sister what she thinks. The starvation I have to be liked by men. It makes me sick to my stomach. As a little girl, I was a validation whore. A little girl's a whore when pleading and complaining to her father because he's so distant. I miss when he would call me pumpkin or when he would say that's my girl. A father's rejection haunts a girl until adulthood. It breaks her into pieces, which other men will use to break her into even more pieces that she won't be able to put back together because she's so weak. My mother did her best to give me a childhood better than hers. Yet, I favored my father over her. I never knew why, but now I understand. My dad made me a validation whore. And till this day, I still am. I complain how I'm sexualized by males, how my mouth is simply a portal of pleasure. My legs are an entrance to a temple that needs to be vandalized and worshipped. How tying my hair is a metaphor and has a deeper meaning. How my tongue ties as I'm putting my hair in a ponytail, but they picture a blowjob. How showing my breast is a cry for validation that I seek so bad, yet I still don't complain. When they look at me with desperation, hunger. When I walk down the street, screams, whistles, and spit from every corner, but I still don't complain. I feel like I failed my job as a woman. I enjoy men staring at me, up and down, a glance at my cropped shirt, the tight jeans I wear. Bright red lipstick, I'm older now, and I still need someone to tell me I'm beautiful. Tell it to me, sing it to me, write it down on a sticky note and stick it on my forehead. I need to know who thinks I'm beautiful. I don't know who I am outside of words from others. Beg for me. The closer the hands got to where they weren't supposed to, the more significantly my ego grew and my confidence soared. Seeking approval in the sheets, wrapping me up just to keep me sane. Seduce me, love me, touch me. I would find validation in other words of older men. Their prominent laugh lines made me nervous. I know self-love is the best love, but I crave someone else's love. XOXO, your validation whore.
When I say go in, y'all say poet. Go in? Go in? Thank you so much. All right, on deck in our last poet for the night, we have Sylvain. But up next, let's show a lot of love to Yamini. Woo! Yamini. Let's give it up for Yamini.
So this piece is called Coconut. To be a coconut is to be whitewashed. So Americanized, only your skin carries the evidence of your roots. The hot chocolate surrounding your marshmallowy center, let's get one thing straight. My skin did not suffer through centuries of oppression and hate to lose itself to a goddamn skin lightening cream. To be a coconut is to realize that your vowels don't sound right in Hindi. My mouth curls around foreign sounds, hoping that if the embrace is tight enough, then maybe they'll start to fit. Fit in the same way English has made its home on my tongue, in my mouth, my throat, my soul. To be a coconut is to live torn between two countries, two separate identities clashing to be seen. The silks and spices in my veins don't mix well with burgers and ripped jeans. I'm walking a tightrope on fire and hoping I don't fall. To be a coconut is to realize that you'll never fit in, because no American name is too bizarre to pronounce right. My difference hangs in the air of the sudden pause while taking attendance. It is the same hesitation that will never grow old on my teacher's lips, the same hesitation that preludes asking me if I have a nickname by any chance. And when Samita turns to Sammy, sometimes I wish I'd say yes too, because it's 3 months into the school year and I'm still correcting you, and by the end of the school year, I won't. Not because you'll finally get my name right, but because my lips have grown tired of saying it to someone who doesn't care enough to hear it. To be a coconut is to wake up one day and realize that you've got the short end of the straw. Because I still have the stereotypes and expectations, the check in the box marked South Asian on survey forms, the knowledge that in some parts of the country it's dangerous to be a girl that's a little too brown. Even though I've lived in America my whole life, even though the first colors I learned were red, white, and blue, I've celebrated Easter eggs and Christmas trees longer than I've known the lights of Diwali. To be a coconut is to try and reach for the stars, even though you've been destined to fall since the day you were first born up on that tree. To be a coconut is to try and squeeze two voices out of me with one throat and feel my lungs burn in protest because they thought they would only have one soul to work for. To be a coconut means I am the candle that burns twice as bright and half as long, because I know I'll never be enough for either world to accept me as I am now. Thank you.
All right, all right, all right. We're down to our last poet of the night. I want us to try a different type of call and response tonight for our last poet. I'm going to say, up next on the microphone. And y'all going to say, where they at, where they at, where they at? All right, let's try one time for the one time. Up next on the microphone. Can we show a lot of love to Sylvain?
A few weeks ago, in the middle of my therapy session, I had an epiphany. Maybe it was because I was in the comfort of my own bed rather than the judgmentally omniscient gaze of a therapist's office that she felt most comfortable to lean back, tilt her head, and pose the question of, perhaps the reason you feel so lonely is because you're so much smarter than other kids your age. Well, okay. But the more I continue to write and read and live, the more I realize that perhaps she's onto something. Past the flashy flamboyancy I encase myself in, I can certainly recall more than one occasion of this occurring. The occurrence in which a peer would turn, pop their hip out, and assess the fact that, Sylvain, you're a lot smarter than you look. And I know what they mean. Past the lighthearted giggles and friendly shoves, I can feel it. You're so smart, so why must you act like that? Why must you look like that? Why must you dress like that? I know that it's funny to imagine that I would ever be taken seriously in an academic or professional setting, professors pondering, though never asking the big question, you have so much potential, so why must you waste it by being yourself? Because aside from my talent of continuously painting myself up every day in unison with my extroversion, I know that my ability to captivate is what truly gets me my opportunities in the first place. The world of the arts is one of competition, of violence and bloodshed and starving creatives who need to make as much of a scene in their real lives as they do on paper. Sylvain, every writer I've met is either depressed or dead, so you seem to fit right in. When I was younger, and scrawled my childish daydreams out onto paper, creating characters and worlds that I still could not yet understand. My family pinned them onto the fridge, praising my creativity. Sylvain, one day you're going to do something great. But publishers don't want self-destructive narratives anymore if there's no happy ending. Recovery is not just linear. It aligns with the structure of the hero's journey. The Sylvia Plaths and the Virginia Woolfs of the world are dead and gone. The Hemingways and Nervals are no longer relevant to the current climate. Pained women are hysterics, and men who can't cope will be seen as effeminate as if it was a bad thing. Sylvain, maybe you should consider a new career. Rather than making all of us sad, you should keep this to yourself. You're better than that. If you care so much about how you look and how the contrast is oh so horrible, maybe it is better to simply stay superficial, because you are smart, but you are smarter when you keep your mouth shut. But I can't. I tell you, I tell her, my therapist, I tell the world, intelligence is not only in books but streets. And I still cannot stay silent when it poses a threat to myself. I feel lonely alongside a community of other lonely people, and they will not speak. So why do I feel like I should be the one who needs to speak up? What makes me better or more pained or more important to stand here rather than someone else? But she just laughs, and I will soon realize that spirit is what really makes me smart.
Shout out to knowing your worth. Come on. All right, y'all. We have officially made it through the last chance slam of 2022. Clap it up for all the poets and clap it up for yourself. Man, this has been such an epic bout. Thank y'all so much, everyone, just for being here. Remember to fill out the surveys. The link is outside on a whiteboard. If you have capacity, that would be so lovely. And I'm going to pass it to our very, very lovely host. Can we give it up for the host and the judges?
Thank you so much, Vanya. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out this evening. Before I announce these poets that are going to be advancing to the semifinals, I just want to remind you, please let us know how you enjoyed this event. We have a survey at uspeaks.org/survey. We encourage you. It takes 5 minutes after you walk out of this space. Let us know how you enjoyed it. That really helps us out. That being said, are y'all ready to hear who these advancing poets are? Who's going to be going to the semifinals? Can we get a little drum roll in this space? All right. And the poets moving on to the semifinals are Evelyn, Mater, Zoe, Myra, Catherine, Yamini, and give it up for our top scoring poet of the night, who will be advancing to the semifinals and also winning some money. So come talk to me. Don't leave after this, poets. We got a poet huddle. I got to figure out how to give y'all this money. Give it up for Sylvain. And thank you to all the poets who competed tonight. Y'all's voices they're so important to us. They're invaluable to us. We appreciate you. We hope to see you at semifinals. Our semifinals bouts are going to be happening on 2 dates, January 27th and February 10th. We encourage you, go to the U Speaks website. Come on out, support these young people as they continue to tell their stories. And this has been a U Speaks production, because the next generation can speak for itself. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a good night. Poets, please meet outside. Competing poets. Thank you.